Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the William Angliss Institute at SLIIT 5-year anniversary celebrations. Allow us a moment and the proceedings will soon commence. I would like to kindly request that your attention be turned to the short introductory video that will now be presented to you. Thank you.
William Angliss Institute Australia, its specialist centre for tourism, hospitality and culinary arts. Located in Melbourne, Australia, the Institute is among the most sought-after trade school in the world, and in 1994, William Angliss began offering its courses outside Australia. Knowledge, innovation and a passion for greatness. The Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology is the birthplace of the next generation of global leaders and a frontrunner in Sri Lanka. Located on the outskirts of Malave, the campus is a place of learning and opportunity for over 8,000 students. In 2013, William Angliss Institute Australia and SLIIT partnered up for a joint venture that would change the scope of hospitality, tourism and culinary education for generations to come. They began by introducing an advanced diploma in hospitality management and soon after began offering commercial cookery as a course option. William Angliss at SLIIT is equipped with the largest training kitchen in the island, which gives students a truly immersive and unique learning experience. We are a modern institute. In keeping with the times, we recognize the need for professional event managers, and so we decided to create them. We expanded our courses to include event management. Our courses are carefully planned and are in line with industry standards and requirements. With a staff who work tirelessly, imparting their knowledge and experience to our growing community of students. Our instructors and lecturers are highly trained and well versed in the art and nuances of hospitality, tourism and food. We also have a number of lecturers who visit and share their knowledge throughout the year from William Angliss, Melbourne. Backed by a chairman and a board of directors who are both passionate and open-minded, we are able to not only provide our students with the best in equipment and ingredients, but also stay ahead of the curve, and they have helped guide our way forward. In keeping with our progress, the expansion of our facilities as well as the introduction of a patisserie to our range of courses will be the first of many more exciting new endeavors to come. In half a decade, we are not only proud, but honored to have over 500 highly qualified and sought-after graduates passing through this institution.
Good evening once again. Let me begin by extending a warm welcome to all the distinguished invitees who have joined us this evening to celebrate our success. William Angliss Institute at SLIIT is Sri Lanka's largest private hospitality school in collaboration with William Angliss Institute Australia and the Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology SLIIT. We are a dedicated center for hospitality, culinary arts and tourism studies. Our programs include the Advanced Diploma in Hospitality Management, Certificate 4 in Commercial Cookery, and the Advanced Diploma in Event Management. William Angliss Institute Australia has a proud history of over 75 years in the Melbourne campus. There are 21,500 local clients and students and 1,300 international students from over 45 countries studying or participating in courses annually. The innovative programs offered at William Angliss Institute at SLIIT are world-renowned and will allow our graduates to move ahead faster than their peers and develop a truly unique skill set. William Angliss Institute at SLIIT is proud to contribute to the development of a key economic sector in Sri Lanka and our neighboring countries. Hospitality and tourism is one of the most powerful and most often overlooked tools for promoting economic and social development. Hospitality and tourism supports 10% of all economic activity and 8% activity on the planet and 8% of all global employment. Today, we celebrate a milestone marking 5 years of existence and over 500 graduates who have joined various sectors of the tourism and hospitality industry here in Sri Lanka as well as overseas. I now invite Mr. Nick Hunt, Chief Executive Officer, William Angliss Institute, to address the gathering.
Can't see any. Well, good evening. Good evening, one and all. It is my privilege to be here with you on this wonderful occasion. And yes, I also have the privilege of being the Chief Executive Officer for William Angliss Institute in all its operations, both Australia and abroad. My task here this evening is to welcome you, to thank you, and to celebrate the partnership which started 5 years ago and some time before through some negotiations, because this is an absolutely, truly fantastic occasion. And welcoming you, can I firstly acknowledge Chairman of the partnership that we're working with, Mr. Errol Weerasinghe, whose vision was really one of the driving forces behind being able to celebrate 5 years and 500 graduates here today. So to Errol, to Vice Chancellor of SLIIT, Professor Lith Gamagay, to the other members of our Partnership Management Council meeting, we would all like to welcome all of you here this evening. I'd also like to acknowledge the William Angliss Institute team who have come to Sri Lanka as part of our celebrations this week. We've had a graduation ceremony, we've had Management Council meetings, and we've also had this wonderful opportunity this evening. And they include Mr. Wayne Crosby, our Director of International and Business Development, based in Singapore and Melbourne, Mr. Ian Nicholson, our Manager for Regional Development, and we also have, as part of this occasion, a number of our Australian-based teachers here working and sharing their knowledge with the students, Ms. Deb Coombe and Mr. Andrew Donis. So we're all here, and we're all absolutely supporters of this vision of partnership between an Australian education provider and a Sri Lankan-based education provider to offer an international education experience centred wholly and solely around the foods, tourism and hospitality and events business. Mr. Stephen Brady-Miles, a former staff member of William Angliss Institute, who's the CEO of CALM, heads that team, and we're working in partnership together to deliver an international education experience for students here in Sri Lanka. Why is that important? William Angliss Institute was founded in 1939 in Melbourne in a partnership between some leaders of the industry who had a vision that the industry needs more skilled talent, the industry needed higher levels of professionalism to deliver a service that the customer was expecting. So from William Angliss Institute's history and over that time, we have always had deep and rich partnerships with industry. And it's industry that's offering the employment opportunities for our students when they graduate. It's industry that's offering those career opportunities for our alumni as they progress and work through the industry in all levels. And it is industry that sits on our board, that is involved in our programs, is sponsors of particular activities that we do, that makes the learning and education process for our students not only rich and deep, but also makes them better future employees for the industry. So what better time to thank and recognise the existing industry partners that we've had along the journey since we started this path 5 years ago in 2013. And that is to invite many of those industry partners into the room this evening and to say thank you for your support in working with Stephen and the team here. Thank you for providing opportunities for our students to pursue their goals and dreams. And for those of you who are in the room who are learning a little bit more about our partnership, we say to you, you are welcome as partners of William Angliss Institute. You are welcome as partners of William Angliss Institute in our partnership here at SLIIT in Sri Lanka. Because we know that the tourism and hospitality industry is growing. You just have to look around at the skyline here in Colombo. It is growing because the world loves the product here. They love the smile, they love the service, they love that absolute hospitable approach that is offered here. And as I was talking before, it is that hospitality that is already inside our students, that when they become professionals and they work in the industry, they become great service professionals and will be highly sought after anywhere in the world. So it's on that basis I say welcome. 5 years is an absolute outstanding milestone for an international partnership. We're looking forward to 10, we're looking forward to 20. We've had 500 graduates from our signature program that you heard in the audio-visual presentation before, which is our Advanced Diploma of Hospitality Management. It's our signature program. But for all in the room, I think you need to be very aware that we've had over 1,200 students complete certificate diploma and advanced diploma qualifications since we've been here in over 5 years. So we're excited about the future partnership. My request of all of you in the room from industry, make yourselves known to the team, say hello, talk to us about how we can work in partnership with you, because we all know that collectively Sri Lanka has a huge opportunity in tourism and hospitality looking forward, but to fulfil that expectation, you are going to need the best staff that you can find with the best training skills, the best customer service and the best foundation from an international education program. We think we've got a pretty good one. We've got more work to do to offer a wider variety of programs, but the future is bright. And again, I welcome you and thank you for attending. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nick Hunt. I now invite Professor Lalit Gamage, Vice Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer of the Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology, to share his insights.
Thank you, Suren. Good evening, everyone. Let me also join Nick in welcoming you and thanking you for being with us this evening to celebrate 5 years and 500 graduates at William Angliss at SLIIT. I would like to talk a little bit about SLIIT and then our partnership. SLIIT, we started SLIIT in 1999, primarily to produce, as the name says, Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology, to produce sufficient number of IT professionals to support the fast-growing IT industry at the time. IT industry was struggling to find professionals. We were all at universities. We were at Moroto University at the time, and we wanted to start an institute to produce these numbers that are required by the industry within the university, but unfortunately we were not able to do it. As you probably know, universities are not very fast, slow, heavy inertial systems. So we decided to start SLIIT independent of the government university system. At the time, all universities combined produce maybe about 150 information technology graduates, but the industry was asking for thousands. And we could not do it from the universities. When we started in 1999 at BOC Merchant Tower, we invited applications, and we received over 3,000 applications. And we quickly expanded our infrastructure and enrolled 400 students. And then next year, we had over 6,000 applicants, and we enrolled 600. Simultaneously, we started establishing our Mala Bay campus, and in 2002, when we completed our Mala Bay campus, we enrolled over 1,000. Today, if you look at the IT industry, we work very closely with the IT industry. That is one of the things that I would like to mention, because we wouldn't have been this successful if we didn't work very closely with the industry. So today, IT industry has become the 5th largest export earner, and we have produced more than 60% of the professionals for that industry. SLIIT today is a multidisciplinary institute offering over 50 programs, obviously in IT, engineering. Our engineering faculty is the 2nd largest engineering faculty after University of Moratuwa. Business management with different flavor, with technology flavor, and a whole host of other programs, including architecture, quantity surveying, law, psychology, and biotechnology. So many programs, and our vision, our strategy is to look at industry segments where quality human resources are required and produce quickly, because we have the flexibility to develop and deploy programs. So today we have over 9,000 students doing various programs, and our vision is to advance knowledge, foster and promote innovation, to enrich lives and broaden horizons. So to explain that a little bit, to explain our vision a little bit, to advance knowledge can mean many things: advancing one's own knowledge, advancing someone else's knowledge, and advancing knowledge itself. And that relates to innovation, doing research and development. This is necessary for us to develop new products and services. And all this is to make people happy. So going back to the strategy, this is because there is a good parallel here for tourism industry as well. Although tourism industry is much older than IT industry, I would say, is a very mature industry, because we wanted to make $1 billion worth of software exports and software exports by 2016, and we made that. And now our target is to make $5 billion worth of software and services exports by 2022. So the strategy, we also developed the strategy together with industry. Strategy initially was factor-based strategy, right? So we did not have the right factors at the time when we started in the late 1990s, and we wanted to have those factors, and the cost of those factors was the competitive advantage. The factors were human resources, infrastructure, business environment, legal environment, and branding. So obviously, SLIIT took care of most of the human resource requirement. Infrastructure, we were talking about bandwidth and so on. So we work with government agencies and telecom deregulation and so on. If you look at business environment, tax incentives and other financing in organizations, legal environment, having necessary laws in place like Electronic Transaction Act. We all worked on this, and that was the first. So the whole strategy was a three-phase strategy. So the first part was having these factors and build an industry and build competitiveness based on that, those factors. But we also knew that this was going to be a time-bound strategy. Others could catch up. So the next phase of the strategy was to improve. It's an efficiency-based strategy, improve services, improve processes, have advanced programs, development of advanced large software programs developed. So that's where, that's how we could, move into the next phase of the strategy. And the third phase of the strategy is innovation-based. If you want to be competitive, stay competitive all the time, you have to have innovation, you have to have research and development. So I think when you look at the tourism industry, also I know that a lot of people are, investing money on infrastructure, but these other factors will also have to be looked into, right? And I think the contribution that we can make is we would like to work with you. William Angliss is here to help us, to help you to work on this strategy. I think if we work on a strategy, like developing programs, deploying the programs, as mentioned earlier, we started with tourism and hospitality management. Then we started commercial cookery, events management. We are going into patisserie, all these. And depending on your requirements, we can quickly team up with William Angliss, develop and deploy programs that are required for the industry. That way, we can have a concerted effort in developing this industry. And again, so I would like to mention that if you do it this way, we can build a very competitive industry for ourselves. So before I wind up, I thank once again for being with us, and thank you very much for working with us. I know our team is working with you, and we continue to work with you, and we hope that the contribution that we make is going to be fruitful for all of us. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, Professor, for those inspiring words. Over the past 5 years, many people have contributed to our success as an institution. Let us take a moment now to recognize the effort of those who have been with the William Angliss Institute at SLIIT from the very beginning, and who will be completing 5 years of service. I now call upon our Honorable Chairman, Deshamanya Errol Veerasinghe, to present the Service Awards. Mr. Manohara Munasinghe. Miss Gayani Jayatilaka. Miss Nilukshi Nanakara. Mr. Stephen Brady Miles. Mr. Kiran Chand. Miss Sandhya Pereira. Miss KP Nalika. Miss W. Premavati. Mr. Kasun Abhinayaka. A hearty congratulations to the Service Awards recipients. Now, for the final stage of tonight's proceedings. No celebration would be complete without a toast. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a glass of bubbly. It is my pleasure to invite our director, Mr. Anuk Veerasinghe, to say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to take too much of your time because I think everyone has heard a lot that our team had to say. I just want to say thank you to the Angliss team. As you can see that we have gone from strength to strength over the years, and now we're expanding our building facilities, and all of that has been possible largely because of the good relationships, the good partnerships, and all the support that we have had from all our partners from Melbourne, and also our partners at SLIIT, who have always done a lot of hand-holding. When we got into this industry, when everyone was building hotels, we realized someone has to do the service, and also quality service. As you know, there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of facilities out there, but buildings don't make people smile. Buildings don't give people experiences. It's the people that give the experiences. So that's why we are in the business of not just putting out graduates, but we are focused on quality. And as you know, we have, of our 500 graduates, we have about 280 that has gone overseas. So what we would like to ask industry is to try and keep them in Sri Lanka, because these are an asset that is going, but we know in time that they will come back. So not taking too much of your time, and just want to say thank you. Thank you to the Angliss team. Thank you to the SLIIT team. And most importantly, I want to say a very big thank you to our staff. They have been the pillars of our business, and they have been relentless. I always say, even in the other kind of work we do, that the true success of our product is our staff. And I want to say a very warm-hearted thank you. Without you guys, we are just investors, and that means virtually nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you, and let's begin the proceedings. Cheers.
Cheers to all. I now invite the Board of Directors of the William Angliss Institute at SLIIT to step forward to cut the cake in celebration of our 5th anniversary. Just, and also our guest, the William Angliss team, Mr. Nick Hunt, Mr. Wayne, Mr. Ian. Thank you, gentlemen. A special note of appreciation also goes out to the organizing committee that worked tirelessly to make this event a possibility. We also wish to acknowledge the invaluable contributions that were made by the students of Batch 13 who supported us to organize the event and who are here on duty today. I now invite all our distinguished invitees to enjoy this evening. Thank you.